extra time.
Obviously, you put in those performances because you want to do well and win test matches for England. But are you aware just how much enjoyment and how much of a lift you might be giving to people who've been going through a tough time, who might still be going through a tough time given what's gone on in the past few months?
Yeah, I think we've all got an understanding of what we represent, and obviously, you know, the role models that we are. You know, we've been, you know, me personally, obviously, I've been around quite a long time now, and obviously have that understanding that, you know, we sort of want to pave the way for, you know, England cricketers in 20 years' time. And, you know, it's not obviously all about, you know, the present. You know, obviously a big thing for us is taking that cap forward. You know, so in 20 years' time to hopefully still have that motto floating around the dressing room of still taking that cap forward. You know, I hope it's still there, because it is a big thing for us, you know, inspiring the next generation of cricketers who want to be in our position. So, you know we've obviously got a duty on the field to win games, but we also understand that we've got a big duty to, you know, to all the, you know, the youngsters in the country who want to aspire to be in the position that we are.
And well done on a fantastic performance. How would you sum up the final day?
Yeah, I mean, great days, Test cricket. You know, obviously we went into the last day here with, you know, all three results possible. Obviously, we knew what we had to do with, you know, needing to win this game. We didn't have any other option except to sort of put the throttle down this morning and try and get as many runs as we could to almost put the game out of the reach of West Indies, which we managed to do. And then, you know, obviously with the ball throughout the whole day, I thought, you know, everybody was absolutely phenomenal. So really good day for us as a team.
We saw you pull up at the end and couldn't finish that over. Any doubt about your fitness going into the next test match?
No, just body started to get really stiff there. I spoke to Brody, who was in mid-on, and just said, look, I'm really starting to get stiff here. And he just said, oh, just stop. Especially with being 9 down, obviously made it a bit easier decision, but no, I'm absolutely fine.
The next selection is going to be interesting, isn't it? But there's, of course, Archer, Wood and Jimmy on his home grounds set to come back. But how do you drop Broad after coming back with 6 wickets?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great position to be in. You know, as I said after the first Test match, that we've got so many bowlers to pick from who we know can all win you games. Obviously, we'd rather be in that position as a team, and then selectors obviously would rather be scratching their head who to pick, as opposed to it being an easy decision. But you know, everybody throughout this Test match, you know, Brodie, Wilksy, and Sam, obviously, their first game in a long time, all put in some great performances and you know, really put their names forward. So whoever, you know, gets the nod for the next Test match, you know, we all know that they'll be able to go out and perform and win the game.
Just finally from me, it was an incredible personal performance from yourself. Have you ever played 2 more contrasting innings than the ones we saw?
Yeah, obviously they're different, but obviously the game dictated those innings, and obviously this morning it was just about going out and getting as many runs as we could in the short amount of time that we knew we were going to bat. You know, we had a set plan in terms of how long we were going to spend out there, but obviously when, you know, everything goes to plan in terms of, you know, getting those runs quickly, it makes it a lot easier. You know, we knew we had to try and win this Test match, and obviously with the way that, you know, losing that day of play to rain obviously didn't help. But you know, I don't think that just today has won us this Test match. I think there was a real crucial bit with the new ball that Stewart and Wilksy really got us back into this Test match. You know, West Indies were looking set to go on and get closer to our score, but the way that they bowled with that new ball yesterday was phenomenal and really got us back into the game.
Ben, if we can just go back to sort of first thing this morning, you're asked to open the batting for the first time in your career, pretty much. These days, is there anything that actually, any sort of challenge that is put in front of you that daunts you and sort of gets on top of you? Because you're asked to score exceptionally quick runs against Kemar Roach and Shannon Gabriel with the new ball, and you go ahead and do it.
Oh, I mean, look, I think, you know, obviously the game where the game was, there's no other option really. We knew we had to obviously try our hardest to capitalise on those few overs that we had yesterday to obviously still score runs. Even though we lost some wickets, I still felt that coming off the field yesterday, we still managed to score about 4.5 runs and over. So obviously that gave us a great position this morning to go out and be able to play the way we did. And we've got such a versatile batting lineup that even if we did lose some quick wickets this morning, I'm pretty sure we still would have been able to get the runs that we did this morning.
Ben, did you feel as though this was your most complete performance, just in terms of the wide range of things that you had to do? We talked about the contrasting innings, the bowling. You were at silly point at one stage. Did it feel as though this was sort of everything that you've got to offer as a cricketer?
I don't know. Don't really think of it like that, to be honest. I mean, it's more of just whatever's required at the time. Obviously, I'll try and go out and do what's needed. Look, obviously it's gone well for me this game, but there's so many different periods throughout the game where somebody's done something to really swing this game back towards us. And I keep saying that new ball spell with the second new ball from Brody and Moxey really did change that game back towards us, because West Indies were looking set to get close to our score. But how they managed to bowl there and take those quick wickets, honestly, I think is a massive area which allowed us to win this game. That might get overlooked, but being out there and in the game and where it was going, looking back on that was a massive point in this game towards us winning.
Just touching on the work and the things that other players do you kind of feel as well your influence on them and the way in which you're able to help guys on? I think perhaps about Dom Sibley as well. You've shared a couple of big partnerships with him now, both at Cape Town and here. And he identified sort of, the fitness aspect of things. Watching you train really inspired him to kind of do the same, and it's paying off with results for him. Another 100 for him. Do you kind of see the influence that you have?
Obviously it's great to be looked at like that. I'm not the only one who does that. That's the mentality in this group at the moment. It's, obviously we put a lot of hard work on the field to get performances like today and throughout this whole test match. But, everybody really puts in, and there's a real understanding that all the hard work that you put, that you do behind the scenes will benefit you on the field. That's a really great place to be in as a team, that, we're so committed towards each other and understanding that, the hard work that you do put in outside of your skills to do with cricket is obviously going to benefit yourself, which obviously is going to benefit the team. So, it's a great place. It's a great environment for all these new, young and inexperienced guys at test level to come into. And it's really going to benefit them going forward. It's an exciting place to be at right now with one of the senior players. And, it's amazing to see all these young guys be, successful out and at the highest level possible. And, I'm really pleased for Dom that obviously he's gone away in the winter and, he worked out an area where he felt like he could get better at, and he's absolutely nailed it, to be honest. And then obviously he's reaping the rewards with his last 2 knocks. A really good 50 when we needed it at Southampton, and obviously a brilliant 100 here.
Hit the subscribe option and the bell icon to get all the exclusive sports videos on Extra Time.